Get ready for a quick quest guide for the Eadgar's Ruse quest, in which the main rewards for completing are 11,000 Herblore experience, the ability to use the Trollheim teleport, and 1 quest point. You'll need to have completed the Druidic Ritual and Troll Stronghold quest before taking on this one, and while not required, having a Fairytale Part 2 completed can be helpful for access to fairy rings, as is Plague City for unlocking Ardougne teleports. Then when it comes to skills, you'll just need level 31 Herblore. This being said, having 43 prayer for protect from Meelee will also be quite helpful. Additionally, having 41 to 47 agility is highly helpful for unlocking the shortcuts to Eadgar, as is 10 construction to unlock teleports to the Taverley house portal. When it comes to items, you'll need some climbing boots, which can be worn at the start of the quest, a pestle and mortar, a tinderbox, 1 vodka, 1 pineapple chunks which can be made by using a knife on a pineapple, 1 Ranarr Potion unfinished, 2 regular logs, 10 grain, and 5 raw chickens. Then looking at recommended items, you'll want to be wearing weight reducing armor, however ensure that your climbing boots take preference. And you'll additionally want 2 stamina potions to help with the running around. I'd also suggest having 1 piece of high healing emergency food. You'll also want 1 teleport to Ardougne, and note that if you haven't completed Plague City then you can use a skills necklace instead, as well as 3 teleports to Taverley, with one of the 3 being to get to the quest start. A good option if you have 10 construction is a teleport to your house provided it's located in Taverley, or a Taverley teleport that can be made by using a scroll of redirection from the nightmare zone on a house teleport. The next best option would be to use a charged games necklace to teleport to Burntmeat before running south. You'll also need 3 teleports to land you at the Fremennik Slayer Cave, from which point you can easily travel to the Troll Stronghold. Now there's a lot of options for this, and so I'll have them on screen alongside their requirements, although I won't individually go through each one. Personally, I'll be using Salve Graveyard teleports to make my way to a fairy ring before using the AJR code to reach the Fremennik Slayer Cave. If you're using fairy rings, then don't forget to equip your drum and staff. Additionally, if you've completed the Easy Combat Achievements tier, then using a Gommel's Hilt 1 or higher to teleport to Trollheim can help cut down on some time. Now you can begin this quest at the Herbalist shop in Taverley. The best way to get here, provided you have 10 construction, is a teleport to your house that you've located in Taverley, or a Taverley teleport that can be made by using a scroll of redirection from the nightmare zone on a house teleport. Alternatively, you can use a charged games necklace to teleport to Burntmeat before running south. Once here, go upstairs in the Herbalist shop where you'll find Sanfu. Talk to Sanfu, and if you've completed Zoga Flesh Eaters, choose to ask general questions, before then asking, have you any more work for me to help reclaim the circle? And after some more chatter, select yes to officially begin the quest and agree to find Goutweed. And now we need to head to the Troll Cooks in the Troll Stronghold. For this, you'll want to start off by making your way to the Fremennik Slayer Cave, using a Slayer ring, or alternatively teleporting to any fairy ring before taking the AJR fairy ring code with the completion of a Fairytale Part 2 are the best options, followed by a house teleport if your house is located in Relica, or a Relica teleport tablet which can be made by using a scroll of redirection on a house teleport with 30 construction before then running east. Another option is to use a Camelot teleport before running a long ways northeast from there, using the agility log obstacle balance shortcut if you have 48 agility. However, note that this does add a significant amount of running to your trip. Personally, I'll be using a Salve Graveyard teleport before running northeast and using the AJR fairy ring code. After reaching the Slayer Cave, head a tad north and then follow the path east until you see some rocks blocking the path. Then make sure you're wearing your climbing boots and climb over the rocks before turning north and heading into the secret door. Once inside, run all the way north and a little east before climbing the staircase, and following this, go through the doorway west before running all the way south, whereby you'll see another little door at the end of the corridor that you'll want to go through to enter into the kitchen. Once once here, talk to Burntmeat and go through the chat, where the troll asks for a tasty human for his stew. Following the chat, head up the staircase in the kitchen, popping on protect from Meelee if needed, before running a little north and leaving the stronghold through the exit along the eastern wall of the tunnel. Once outside, run east and then south to exit out of the stronghold before going up the mountain to your east, using the agility shortcuts where possible if you have at least 41 but ideally 47 agility. After reaching the cave atop Trollheim, head inside it where you'll find Eadgar. Talk to Eadgar and go through the chat, and once some chat options appear, it's time to teleport to Ardougne. Once you've teleported to Ardougne, run southwest to the Ardougne Zoo, and near the northern entrance will be Parity Pete. Talk to him and firstly ask, when did you add it? And go through the chat. Then talk to Parity Pete once again and this time ask, what do you feed them? And go through the chat. Next, use your vodka on your pineapple chunks to combine them, and afterwards stand to the west of the nearby aviary and use your newly made chunks on the aviary hatch. And following some dialogue, you'll obtain a drunk parrot. Importantly, don't drop this parrot because it will fly away. Now it's time to make our way back to Eadgar, using a Gommel's Hilt teleport before running south. Using the shortcuts where possible to climb up the Trollheim mountain is the best option. Otherwise, use your method of choice to get back to the Fremennik Slayer cave. So for me, that's a south graveyard teleport before running northeast and taking the AJR ring. From the Slayer cave, head a tad north and then follow the path east until you see some rocks blocking the path. Then while wearing your climbing boots, climb over the rocks before turning north and heading into the secret door. Once inside, run all the way north and a little east before climbing the staircase, and following this, go through the doorway west and climb another staircase. Now pop on protect from Meelee if you have access to it, before running a little south and leaving the stronghold through the exit along the eastern wall of the tunnel. Once outside, run east and a little south to exit out of the stronghold before going up the mountain to your east, using the agility shortcuts where possible if you have at least 41 but ideally 47 agility. After reaching Eadgar's cave, enter into it and then talk to Eadgar and go through the dialogue until some chat options appear. Once they appear, we'll need to head to the lake southeast of Taverley, either by using your Taverley teleport or house teleport if your house is located in Taverley before running south, or by using your games necklace to teleport to Birthrope and running a longer way south. After arriving, you'll find Tegged doing some laundry in the lake. Talk to Tegged and after some chatter say, Sanfu won't be happy, to then be handed a dirty robe. Now let's head back to the Troll Stronghold. Use your method of choice to get back to the Fremennik Slayer cave, so for me that's a south graveyard teleport before running northeast and taking the AJR ring. From the Slayer cave, head a tad north and then follow the path east until you see some rocks blocking the path. Then while wearing your climbing boots, climb over the rocks before turning north and heading into the secret door. Now head north for a little while and just above the jail cells will be a rack. Use your drunk parrot on this rack to hide it. Afterwards, head northeast and climb the staircase, and following this, go through the doorway west and climb another staircase. Now pop on protect from Meelee if you have access to it before running a little south and leaving the stronghold through the exit along the eastern wall of the tunnel. Once outside, run east and then south to exit out of the stronghold before going up the mountain to your east, using the agility shortcuts where possible if you have at least 41 but ideally 47 agility. Enter into Eadgar's cave and then talk to Eadgar and go through the chat, where you'll hand over to him all the items he requested and are then told you need a troll thistle to make a truth serum. When chat options appear, exit out of Eadgar's cave and head to the top of the mountain, from which point you'll be able to see 4 patches of grass. Every so often a troll thistle will spawn around one of them, so have a close look at each of the 4 patches, and if there's nothing there, then just hop worlds and look for a small out of place plant which will be the troll thistle you'll want to pick up. After you find and obtain the troll thistle, use your tinderbox with your logs to start a fire, and then use your troll thistle on the fire to dry it. Afterwards, use your dried thistle on your pestle and mortar to create ground thistle, and finally use this ground thistle on your unfinished Ranarr Potion to make a troll potion. Troll potion in hand, enter back into Eadgar's cave and then talk to him before going through the chat. He'll take your potion and tell you to collect the parrot. Then exit the cave and head west down the mountain using the shortcuts where possible before entering into the troll stronghold and running north, going up the ramp west and entering into the cave. From here run north and climb down the stone staircase before heading east through the door and climbing down another staircase. Then go southwest back to the rack and search it to obtain the drunk parrot. Parrot obtained, let's go back to Eadgar. Head northeast and climb the staircase, and following this go through the doorway west and climb another staircase. Now run a little south and leave the stronghold through the exit along the eastern wall of the tunnel. Once outside, run east and then south to exit out of the stronghold before going up the mountain to your east, using the agility shortcuts where possible if you have at least 41 but ideally 47 agility. Enter into Eadgar's cave and talk to him, and after a short chat you'll be given a fake man, and after obtaining this it's time to head back to Burntmeat. Exit the cave and head west down the mountain, using the shortcuts where possible before entering into the troll stronghold and running north, going up the ramp west and entering into the cave. Once inside, run south to the bottom of the area and then go down the staircase to enter into the kitchen. Here you'll want to talk to Burntmeat and go through the chat. And after some chat options appear, head southwest whereby you'll find 2 kitchen drawers. Open and search the western of the 2 drawers to obtain a storeroom key. Key in hand, climb down the stone staircase directly to your north before following the corridor northeast. And when you come across a storeroom door, choose to open it to use your key to go through it and then head northwest to another door. Now rotate your camera so you can see the storeroom in full. And your goal is to obtain the Goutweed at the back of the storeroom. While the quest requires 1, I'd highly suggest obtaining 3, with the additional 2 being for the Dream Mentor and Dragon Slayer 2 quests. While there's an intended method with safe spots, this is honestly rather hard to consistently do as there are heaps of trolls with various walking patterns. A good way of getting the Goutweed with a decent chance of success is to focus on the 2 trolls closest to the door. One is walking around the long row of crates and another the short row. Stand in the doorway, and right after they come very close to crossing paths, you'll want to wait about a second or 2 from when they link up and then click to search the Goutweed crate. There's a decent chance you'll make it all the way to the crate and obtain 1 Goutweed before being kicked out, whereby you'll have to do it twice more. Sadly though, there's also a chance that the 2 trolls patrolling the crates to the side of you will catch you and promptly kick you out, dealing up to 6 damage in the process that protection prayers won't block. Overall, I'd say this approach is the easiest, though this is still just a bit of an annoying part of the quest to do. Continue this process until you have 3 Goutweeds in total, eating your emergency food if needed to keep your health on track. Be patient with it because honestly it can take a few minutes to get the Goutweed you need, but getting 3 Goutweed here will save you from having to come back for other quests. After you've obtained 3 Goutweed, it's time to head back to the herbalist's house in Taverley, either by using your Taverley teleport or house teleport if your house is located in Taverley before running south, or by using your games necklace to teleport to Birthrope and running a longer way south. Once at the herbalist's house, climb up the stairs and talk to Sandview. If you've completed the Zoga Flesh Eater's quest, then select Ask General Questions. And after going through a short chat with Sandview, bam! Quest complete. You'll be awarded 11,000 Herblore experience, the ability to use the Trollheim teleport, and 1 quest point. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you in the next quest.